Have you ever felt bored or overwhelmed when learning English? You study grammar rules, memorize vocabulary lists, and practice pronunciation, but it all feels mechanical or too hard to stick with. What if I told you there's a more natural, fun, and effective way to improve your English? It's simple. Learn English through stories. Stories are powerful. They have been part of human communication for thousands of years. From ancient legends to bedtime tales, we use stories to understand the world and connect with each other. And when it comes to learning English, stories offer one of the best ways to build your language skills, without stress or boredom. So, why do stories work so well for language learners? First, stories give you context. Instead of learning words in isolation, you hear or read them in full sentences, in real situations. You learn how native speakers use expressions naturally. It helps you understand the meaning of new words without needing to translate every single one. Second, stories create an emotional connection. When you feel something, whether it's joy, surprise, or curiosity, you remember better. That's why you often remember the plot of a good story even after many years. And when that story is in English, the language sticks in your mind along with the emotions. Third, stories improve your listening and reading skills. Listening to stories helps you get used to natural pronunciation, rhythm, and tone. Reading them improves your understanding of grammar, sentence structure, and vocabulary, all while keeping you entertained. And finally, stories give you a window into culture. Through characters, settings, and events, you learn about the values, humor, and everyday life of English-speaking countries. That's something grammar books alone can't give you. Now you may ask, what kind of stories should I use? The answer depends on your level and interests. If you're a beginner, start with short stories that use simple language. Children's stories or fairy tales are perfect. For intermediate learners, you can try everyday conversations, short novels, or story-based podcasts. If you're advanced, dive into audiobooks, modern novels, or even story-driven YouTube videos. The key is this: choose stories you enjoy. If you're interested in the story, your brain will naturally stay focused and curious. You'll learn without even realizing it. So how can you learn English through stories in a smart and effective way? Here's a simple step-by-step guide. Step 1. Start by listening. If there's an audio version, listen to it first without reading. Try to understand the general meaning. Don't worry if you don't catch every word. Step 2. Read along with the audio. This helps you match the sounds with the written words. You'll start to notice sentence patterns, grammar, and spelling, all naturally. Step 3. Highlight new words. Underline or write down any words or phrases you don't know. Try to guess their meaning from the story, then check in a dictionary. Step 4. Repeat and shadow. Listen again and repeat after the speaker. Try to copy their pronunciation and intonation. This technique, called shadowing, is great for improving your speaking and fluency. Step 5. Retell the story. After you finish, try to summarize or retell the story in your own words. Say it out loud or write it down. This helps build your grammar and speaking skills. Step 6. Talk about it. If possible, discuss the story with a friend, teacher, or language partner. Share your opinion, talk about the characters, and practice using new vocabulary in conversation. Let's look at a quick example. Imagine you read a short story about a girl who lost her phone at the airport and how a kind stranger helped her find it. In that one story, you could learn vocabulary like lost, stranger, panic, announcement, and expressions like, "Excuse me, have you seen?" Or "Thank you so much, I really appreciate it." More than just new words, you're also learning how people communicate in real situations. That's real-world English. So, where can you find these stories? There are many free and easy resources. On YouTube, search for English Stories for Learners or Learn English Through Stories. Many videos come with subtitles and slow speech. Podcasts like Easy Stories in English or The English We Speak are great for listening practice. Websites like Storyberries, ESL Fast, or Breaking News English offer hundreds of stories by level. Apps like Duolingo Stories or Bilingwap give you stories with audio and translations side by side. Now, here are a few tips to stay motivated. Set small goals. For example, 1 story per day or 3 stories per week. Keep a notebook or journal to write new words and your own story summaries. Mix it up. Try different types of stories: funny, sad, mysterious, romantic, to keep things interesting and most importantly, make it a habit. Just like reading 1 page a day can grow into reading whole books, listening to a short story every day can lead to big progress in your English. To wrap up, learning English through stories is one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to improve your skills. It helps with listening, reading, speaking, vocabulary, grammar, and even cultural understanding. Plus, it keeps you motivated, relaxed, and curious. So next time you sit down to learn English, don't start with a grammar book. Start with a good story, and let the language come alive.